Namaskaram. Welcome to One Last Attempt webinar by Him Life School. By the end of this webinar, you will have the exact blueprint to clear your CA exams in just one attempt or a maximum of 1 year. Our One Last Attempt blueprint is based on three core pillars. The first one is planning, followed by implementation, followed by improvement. When it comes to planning, we focus on personalized preparation strategy. In terms of implementation, we create an intense study environment to take care of the implementation. Not only the implementation, we focus on the improvement of your score through our flagship score improvement process. This webinar is specifically curated for repeaters who are tired of multiple attempts, who are stuck in the prepare, attempt, fail vicious cycle. This also helps freshers who don't want to become repeaters. Whether you're a fresher or a repeater, we at Him Life School can help you build confidence to clear CA exams, kickstart your career, and become financially independent in around a year. Our One Last Attempt is a strategic blueprint to clear any exam in India. This webinar is specifically curated for CA students, and we are proudly mentioning that our One Last Attempt blueprint is certified by the Government of India with a copyright, and we are also recognized by the ISO for the quality aspect of our framework. Now, what exactly is the objective of our One Last Attempt framework? To be very clear, we convert your multiple scattered attempts into single structured attempt. So that exactly is the objective of One Last Attempt framework. And you also have to understand our super student Prashant, who has failed 12 times. When I say multiple scattered attempts, 12 attempts got converted into one single attempt. If you are somebody who is stuck with 3 attempts, 4 attempts, so you don't have to worry. We have a blueprint which is proven and practical and working for hundreds of students. Before we dive deep into the blueprint, let us first understand the expectations of ICAI. ICAI has officially released 3 skill levels. The first one is your comprehension and knowledge, followed by analysis and application, and then evaluation and synthesis. Most of you might be reasonably okay with comprehension knowledge because that is something which got tested at your school and college level. You'll be reasonably fine with analysis and application, but the third skill, evaluation and synthesis, would be difficult to master. So these 3 skill levels are tested in the exam through theoretical proficiency, practical competence, and objective accuracy. So if you combine these two aspects of skill levels and type of testing in the examination, it translates into different types of questions for different types of papers. So overall, you will be tested in objective accuracy, which is MCQs for around 190 marks, and you will be tested for your practical competence for around 320, 330 marks roughly, and the theoretical proficiency will be restricted to 60, 70 marks or a maximum of 80 marks. So that is the reason why it is important for you to develop a practical competence perspective. And this insight is the reason why I was able to clear my CA at the age of 21, where I cleared all stages in the very first attempt. I also got a rank in CMA. So I have got 12 plus years of experience in cognitive or educational psychology, where I got an opportunity to interact with 42,000 plus students and still counting. I also worked with esteemed organizations with the likes of EY, Oracle, ITC, SBI, NMDC, the recent being ISB, on various assignments. And my association with ICI is not restricted to my membership, but also I'm a committee, I'm a part of the committee for members in industry and business. I'm also a part of the Board of Studies expert group for formulating the syllabus in MCS and orientation. And most importantly, my favorite association with ICI is I was a faculty for orientation, MCS, and 4-week residential programs at the Center of Excellence for multiple batches. Despite being an achiever in my CA journey, till now, I struggled in civils preparation. This is something which not many students know, but I want to share it today because even after achieving so much, I couldn't realize my childhood dream of becoming a IAS officer, and this pains me and this impacts me even today. Retrospectively, when I think about the reasons why I failed civils, the most important thing which occurs to me is lack of personal guidance, and there is no implementation support absence of an intensive study environment, and there is no precise evaluation of a mistakes which got identified much in exam, advance in exam, and most importantly, I constantly used to get maintenance aspects because of the internal challenge of procrastination, self doubt, fear of failure. If I had just one mentor who addressed these issues reasonably well, I would have definitely cleared civils. The pain from this experience is what led me to build HLS. Now, at HLS, our objective is simple. No sincere student should ever waste years repeating when they could be progressing. They should not lose confidence because their preparation failed them, miss their chance because of lack of support. So, at HLS, our vision is your success. We only visualize your success. So, in order to make this possible, we heavily focus on one single aspect, that is preparation. Because retrospectively, as I said, when I look back, I realized I have failed in the preparation of civil services much before the examination. And this is validated by my super students like CS Suresh Kalvarala, who says you will fail in the examination, or you will never fail in the examination, but in the preparation. Because he himself has particularly experienced this phenomena where much before he went to the examination hall, he knew that he was failing in the written, and he got that sorted by working with HLS, and within 80 days, he was able to clear both groups. And also, this is resonated by CA Pavni, where she mentions this in the same words. Before joining HLS, I realized that I thought that I was failing in the exams, but after joining, I realized that I'm failing in the exam preparation itself. Now, what does that indicate? It indicates that you can fix your gaps in the preparation itself so that you can reflect the improvement in the form of score in the examination. So you fail in the preparation, not in the examination. With this insight, we are going back to the one last attempt blueprint based on three core pillars. So these three core pillars of preparation has planning, because failing to plan is planning to fail, and implementation. A great plan without implementation is completely useless. And even after implementation, improvement is necessary, because implementation is necessary but not sufficient. Over and above implementation, you need improvement. So the personalized preparation strategy which we make as a part of planning consists of the following aspects. The number one, the first thing is detailed status assessment. We'll assess your status in terms of your personality and also preparation. When I talk about your personality, we want to understand your learning style, because some of you might be aware that you can be a visual learner, auditory learner, read write learner, or kinesthetic learner. So once we get, this is called WARC assessment, some of you might be familiar, we'll get to know your learning style. Apart from that, we'll also look into your learning gaps. Is it a knowledge gap, or application gap, or cognitive gap, or psychological gap? So all these gaps might lead to loss or leakage of crucial marks. So this is about your personality assessment. Now let's move to the preparation assessment. Preparation assessment is done in two levels. First, at the subject level. In a given group, when there are three papers, so we categorize your subjects into king, queen, and pawn, because king is your strongest subject with a possibility to score 60 plus marks, followed by queen, where you can score up to 50 marks, and pawn subject is your weakest subject. Even if you can get to 40, you'll still cross 150. 60, 50, 40 is how you approach the examination, right? So this is about the subject classification. Once the subject gets classified, we further dig down into the chapters. So for understanding your level in these chapters, we have a technique called color coding technique, where we try to understand what is your capability in each of the chapters. So let's say AFM. We'll divide AFM into first 50 topics, next 50 topics. It's like Nifty 50 and next 50. The first 50 marks can be used as a denominator to touch 30 marks in the numerator of the exam. The remaining 50 marks, even if you score 20, you can still get 100 or 50 out of 100. And within this, for each chapter, what is your current preparation level? It could be yet to start, partially done, or fully done. So these are the three aspects of your chapter wise preparation level, and based on this preparation level, we will be able to help you how many hours you should dedicate for each of this. So once this aspect is done, we know your present. We don't stop here, we'll go back to the past. Why? Past is the indicator of your future journey to a reasonable extent. So we'll dig deep into the root cause analysis through your certified copies. So we look at your certified copies and we'll try to understand why you are making certain type of mistakes. Are they repetitive in nature? Can they be avoided without further preparation? Because as I said, there could be cognitive gaps, there could be psychological gaps, which means these are all non-subjective gaps in the preparation journey. So once we get to the understanding of the root cause of your failure, the next thing is we'll move into source finalization, because source could be in the form of books or videos. Either you learn from reading or you learn from listening. So we prefer multiple revision cycles instead of multiple sources, which means one book revised thrice is more efficient than three books revised once. So the sources needs to be identified and freezed to avoid unnecessary daily decision making. So we get to understand your personality both in terms of the preparation and otherwise. We also get to know your root cause analysis, and then we get to know the kind of sources which are useful for your preparation. Eventually, combining all these three aspects will give you a customized schedule. The reason is each student has different capability and different learning style. Each chapter has varied depth and difficulty of understanding. So the objective of a schedule is to make sure we utilize the limited time to complete the syllabus efficiently. Hence, the scheduling needs to be customized for you. So at this junction, you will have a clear-cut customized schedule in terms of day and also the hourly slots and also weekly milestones, monthly targets. Everything is fully customized like a prescription. So once this is done, at this point, your planning is done. The outcome of your planning is a personalized preparation strategy. Once you have this personalized preparation strategy, next comes the implementation. How would you implement this? Where would you implement this? You would need an intensive study environment. The objective of this study environment is to significantly reduce the downtime on a daily basis, because if you decide to study for 6 hours, you should be able to study for at least those 6 hours. I'm not asking you to study for 15 hours. If you decide to study for 6 hours, there should not be downtime within those 6 hours, right? So for this to happen, there are once again 4 blocks. The first one is mind space, the second one is physical space, the third one is peer learning, and the fourth one is mentor support. You can look at it as incremental steps or simultaneous steps. Either way, it's the same. So in terms of mind space, it is an abstract term for most of you, but you need to know there are times where you can take very clear cut decisions, where you can study faster, where you can learn easily. But there are times where in the same day, with the same subject, with the same book, with the same place, you may not be able to do the same. So, which means there is an element which is beyond the practical aspects of your environment, which affects your mind space. So, if you're bombarded with continuous thoughts, it becomes impossible for you to study. The reason why this happens is your overthinking obstructs your learning process. Your overthinking impacts your learning possibility. The less you think, the more you can learn. The clearer you think, the better you can learn. So we work on your learning capabilities through thinking capability. And thinking once again can be impacted by breathing. So we have a technique called box breathing technique, using which will reduce the speed of your thinking and increase the quality of your thinking. So improvement in thinking will naturally lead to improvement of learning. So this is about mind space. So not only the mind space, let's say you fix your mind space. What next? The physical space around you, around your mind space. So different homes have different lifestyles, and most of the homes are not built for studies. One single distraction or one single event at your home would impact your half a day. So we at HLS aim to create a distraction free environment where we take away all the phones. There is no source of unnecessary deviation or distraction from the external world. So we build a zero distraction zone for optimum focus. So together with mind space and physical space, we'll be able to create a ruthless routine. When I say ruthless routine, your morning routine itself before 9 o'clock will help you complete 40% of the target. And you'll be studying within fixed slots and sessions. Let's say you start a study slot for 50 minutes, there won't be any distraction. We call it focus block slot. So if you have 10 to 12 focus block slots in a day, you're done. And at every point of time, every 50 minutes, you will be able to get 5 minutes of break. So this is studying with intensity without stress. So at this junction, you have a fantastic routine. For you to seamlessly go through this routine, you have a study buddy. Here is the concept of peer learning, where if you somehow try to get to the score of 40 marks in an individual subject, your study buddy will help you get that additional 10 marks. So the objective of a study buddy is to increase your retention and create a healthy competition, because CA is not a competitive exam, right? So if you have somebody who is competing with you at the same time collaborating with you, it will be very easy for you to navigate the journey. So you'll create the impact. The impact of synergy is created where 1 plus 1 is more than 3, or 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. That is a kind of synergy which can be created with a compatible study buddy. Once this is all done, what else? The superpower, which is a guru, which is a guide, which is the USP of Him Life School, where all our mentors are trained into the process of making you clear, because they themselves cleared in this process. So this is one magical intervention which will significantly increase your chance of clearing. So your mind space is aligned, your physical place is sorted, you have a peer-to-peer learning ecosystem through a study buddy, and you'll also have a mentor who guides you like a GPS in terms of the direction and the quality and quantity of preparation. So the reason why we are creating this intense study environment is to make sure a secret P is generated. What do I mean by this? Your time, your energy, and attention. Your time, energy, and attention is significantly enhanced in terms of utilization. So there will be zero downtime. So you'll be studying for whatever time you can require, and your energy will be completely utilized towards studies. And not only this, eventually, when you talk about attention, because attention is something which is very hard to maintain even for a few seconds. So we have a mechanism to maximize your attention. So time is conserved, energy is protected, and your attention is maximized. So time, energy, attention, like a triangle, is improved from a fundamental level, so that your preparation quality will be improved both in terms of quantity and quality. So this is where the question of intense study environment comes into the picture. So at this junction, your planning is done with an outcome of a customized study strategy. Your implementation is done with the objective of reducing your downtime, where your time, energy, and attention are completely devoted towards preparation. So this is necessary but not sufficient, because, as I said, implementation may not be enough. What if after all of this you get stuck at 135, 140? This is where the game changer comes into the picture, which is called improvement. More precisely, our score improvement process, which will help you to move from the 40s to 55 plus. So the objective is certainty maximization by aggregate risk reduction. So this is exactly how we proceed. This also has 4 components. So the first component is multiple revision cycles. The second component is exam mistake tracking, followed by behavioral gap analysis and hand holding till the last day of the last exam. So when I say multiple cycles of revision, you should understand a study conducted by Harvard Business Review, which is called the forgetting curve. It says every 60 minutes you lose more than 50% of what you study. Every one day you lose more than 60% of what you study. End of the week you'll lose more than 75% of what you study. It's like an ice block which is melting constantly. It's like you're running on a treadmill without going anywhere. So that is why it is taking so much time for your syllabus completion and revision. Here we set up controls with a fantastic revision process, which is the best in the world, called 5-time revision technique. So this is the reason why most of our students have cleared after multiple failures. So we make you revise the subject and the content for 5 times within a span of a week. This is equivalent of 5 revision cycles. A lot of students struggle to study even once. So this is our USP, 5-time revision technique. And apart from this, or as a part of this, we also do the recall sheets. Every single day, you are expected to recall what you studied at the end of the day, beginning of the day, mid of the day, all of that. So together, this multiple revision cycles will increase your possibility of clearing. You can also look into the case study of CS Sri Kirloskar from Mumbai. Before joining us, he used to ignore revision. And after joining us, this is one game-changing factor which have helped him to clear both his groups within one attempt of joining us. And also, once the improvement happens, you have to focus on the mistakes you're making in the exam. You complete the syllabus, you do revision, but what if you're not reducing the mistakes? So the mistakes could be subject gaps, the mistakes could be behavioral gaps. So this exam mistake tracker will help us identify the repetitive mistake which you are doing. So through a series of exams which we conduct, where we'll understand all types of mistakes which you are making, and the objective of this is avoid the mistakes which you're about to make in the main exam. So this will be fixed even in terms of your behavior. Let's say a lot of students think this is silly mistakes. What is silly about a mistake when you're losing the attempt, right? So you have a tendency to make some mistakes. Some people make mistakes in terms of carrying the amount from the calculator to the answer sheet. Some people make mistake in terms of reading 109 as 190. So whatever silly, however silly it is, we make sure we identify, make you aware, and we fix it. So this itself will result in improvement of 3 to 5 marks per paper. So this is about behavioral gap fixing. And finally, once everything is done, you need a winning shot, like Dhoni's sixer in the 2011 World Cup against Sri Lanka, or Virat Kohli's penultimate over in the T20 semi-final against Pakistan, right? So you need that final shot which will take you the winning line successfully, and that is our hand holding till exams, where will help you revise the entire content within 20 days, 20 hours or the 1.5 day. And also the 3-hour exam strategy is divided into 3 separate hours. Each hour you have a target of touching 20 marks. Let's say MCQ second hour, you have to get 20 by 30. First hour, by answering 2 best questions you know, you should be able to move towards 20. And last hour, the questions which you do not know, you still have to get to 20. So any 2 hours you do properly, still you clear the exam. This is about this. And finally, the exam, the fear of failure, wherever you go into the last cycle of the exam, you are not in your best mind space. But we will help you to handle everything in a systematic process where you feel secure and confident of writing this exam with powerful techniques like visualization, success meditation. All of that will come into the picture, and you will know that you're going to clear the exam much before you enter the examination hall. So eventually, as compared to regular classes plus author materials plus revision series plus mock tests plus motivational videos, all of them together versus one last attempt, one single blueprint beats hundreds of resources together, because this is the quality. It's like a sniper shot. So we do whatever is necessary for making you clear this exam, and over and beyond what we have discussed, we'll handhold you till the ultimate moment. What is that ultimate moment? The moksha for a CA student is convocation, because CA is a family course. Convocation is a point where your family gets recognized that you are a part of this eternal club. You are a part of this fantastic and executive club of India, where there are only 4.5 or less than 4.5 lakh chartered accountants in India even after 77 years, right? So this is the day. So if you are celebrating that in Hyderabad, we'll come there till the convocation. So this is exactly how much support we'll give you in terms of getting to that certificate. And finally, all our super students who are cleared with us utilize the exact blueprint of one last attempt to prepare and successfully clear. Most of them clear within the first step, some of them clear in the one attempt for each group, and in less than a year, you will be a chartered accountant in majority of the cases. And based on what you have learned so far, you have 2 options. Number one, just like every time you look at something, you find a potential solution, you get excited and start trying it. It may work or may not work, but you can still go ahead and try it. It could be trial and error, because the implementation of the strategy which is discussed may be hard for you individually. But if you want to go and try, please go and try. The other set, if you think time is of ultimate importance, if you think you want to accelerate your career by clearing the exams, if you want to start making money and start building your wealth track and start getting ready for the next step of your life in terms of relationships also, we have a fantastic option. All you need to decide is to build your capability in such a way that before going to the exam, you need a pen. What should you need to clear the exam? A pen, which means your confidence and competence should go to that level that you're not requiring anything else. All you need is a pen to clear this exam. That is the capability level which we create for all of our super students. So to get there and to understand how we can help you, we are offering you a personalized consultation call. This is only for the lucky students who get an opportunity to watch this webinar. So if you are there with me till this point, and if you want to take the next step forward, even to understand how we can help you clear your exams, so book this consultation call where we will listen to you, where expert mentors and myself will get in touch with you and understand your preparation journey so far, and will give you insights. After the call also, you can use it on your own, or you can choose to take our support in terms of execution. Whether it's online or residential, will arrive after booking a consultation call. So please book the consultation call and fill in all your details properly. I'll see you inside the call. This is CA Himakant Nandavarpu signing off from Him Life School. Namaskaram.